Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TDR, the podcast that focuses on family, conflict, and resolution.
In today's episode, we are going to be talking about everything family dynamics, all the family myths, all the issues that concern the family, and we're going to demystify it one by one.
Okay, so let's dive right in. We have these prepared for you.
Ooh.
And trust me, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So let's start with
first?
you.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's pick up the question. Nancy?
Why do Nigerian parents ask
Continue.
ask questions they already know the answer to?
Wow, okay. I think they just want to see if you are going to lie. Most times, just like trying to test, is this girl going to tell me the truth or not?
What still you do?
Like, sometimes they just want to make you feel silly. Like, let's say they come into the sitting room and it's clearly not clean, and they're like, "Did you clean this fellow today?" And you're like, "No." They're like, "Obviously." So they just want you to admit how silly
But
you
you
are.
know,
Yeah.
as children, when you're scared and you're panicking, like,
You can just say a lie and they
It's
like
okay.
it.
this
Yes,
is
but
that.
I feel like parents need to learn how to like say what they actually feel. Like, instead of just trying to ask the question, like they need to be direct and say, "Oh, why did you not do this?" Stop not asking, so you can open your mouth and say it. African parents are different, honestly speaking. They really are.
True.
No, I feel like sometimes it's probably like if they are working or something, they just come and get stressed, and then they say that the parlor is not, or you don't bring out the meat from the freezer.
True.
So it's like, did you bring out like that's?
It's part of the drama. They just
Yes.
like
do.
So I feel like maybe
Couple
like
dates.
leaving work for work and then coming home
True.
like for the
and
children.
even for ourselves, we need to
yeah.
learn how to like be responsible, because I need to actually think.
Actually, why did you bring out the chicken from the freezer? Yeah.
Okay, next question. I think I read it. You don't have this one.
Okay. If our parents were children today, would they survive their own parenting now? This is really interesting.
No.
No, but then I also feel like parenting styles are a reflection of how they grew up, like what they
Yeah,
saw growing up.
True.
Like
That's very true.
like there are some parents now that grew up in traditional homes, so they
And if their
will
parents were
also
tough,
be
if they feel like the parents
that.
were tough on them, they want to also be tough on, the kids. But I also, at the same time, I also feel like this is their first time doing this, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
like, this is their first experience, so they'll probably teach what they are familiar with.
Yeah.
What their parents are teaching them.
And you know this thing about parents, how they've been brought up obviously by parents, by their own parents, and they don't want to, make some mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
that pressure is on them, and then sometimes they don't know what they're doing,
They're
but they
doing.
feel like they're doing the right thing. So yeah.
And I think one of our lecturers one time, she was saying that parents most times they also need to have like different techniques for different children. So I feel like the mistake they make most times is to assume that everybody should have the same approach. But I feel like that's what Nigerian parents need to understand. Like, a child that's more quiet than the other one needs a different approach. to the other one. But they just use like a kind of if all fits all, like one fits all. If I shout at you, I shout at you. Do you get, like, it's just, I feel like you need to understand that like parenting is like, I won't say experimentation, but it's not really experimentation. It's more of like understanding people, understanding what fits them, and then going for it. But Nigerian parents are too tired.
My mom told me something. We're having like a family meeting, and she was like, the way I would approach your younger brother doesn't mean I will approach you.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
one is more introverted, one is more extroverted.
Exactly.
So it's basically about knowing your child and your children and knowing what works best for each and every one of them.
Nigerian parents out there, I hope you're listening.
Take notes.
Listen. On to the next.
Okay. Why is resting seen as laziness in many Nigerians?
I feel like they expect so much from us.
Yeah.
Into some certain extent. So it's more of like, what are you meant to be doing when you are resting? Like, even sometimes when you have done everything you're meant to do, like they still expect you to take the initiative to look around and out to do. But they forget that we're also kids. Like, we also need to rest. And they also feel like you're not working. So you're at home.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Do you get, like, if you're okay, let's say they have assigned tasks to you, and your task is to wash the plates, clean the sitting room, and then you have other siblings, but like for some very odd reasons they expect like this kind of seniority. So if your sister refuses to clean the bathroom,
Go on,
the bathroom.
yeah.
Do you get? I feel like that's one thing we need to understand. But at the same time, like, you get birth to many kids.
But don't forget, even if you've done everything, I mean everything, with your chores, your siblings' chores, and you're resting, and let's say that is when your parents come in and see you resting
at the wrong time.
Oh my God, you are going to face questions. Because tell me exactly why you're resting when you've not, let's say, you've not washed the car.
Yeah, exactly.
You've washed the car, by the way. But why haven't you washed it? That's what.
And then sometimes
like,
they'll see you resting and they'll
clean inside.
Oh, have you done this? Have you done this? When I realize, okay, I've done everything, I'm like, you're not gonna read your book? And I'm like, are you kidding?
I just read.
So there was a time again. Sorry, I just like giving practical examples.
No, it's good.
I think my mom was talking to me and she was like, when she's like hammering on, oh, why is this place dirty? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? She's like, we should all have the mentality of this is our house, not like, oh, it's chores, it's work. Like, this is our house, so let's like keep it neat, keep it clean.
The way you want to
yeah, so that's basically. That could be their thinking as well from why it's this
and they're trying to
teach you
to live like in a communal setting.
True.
So when you have your own family, your own home, you're able to like
or you leave the house and have like your roommates. Yeah. Because whenever you start waiting for who would actually clean the room, who would clean the room?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and you're not going to be home every time.
Yeah.
You're going to meet people outside. So how exactly are you actually living the life in the home, and then how are you going to portray it outside? Let's move on to the next one.
Thank you.
And you don't have nails.
She doesn't.
Okay, Nigerian parents don't listen. They only wait for their turn to talk. True or false?
True. I'm sorry, but
true. I would say Nigerian parents hear, but they don't listen to you. Because if they listen, the results will be different. And I feel like in many situations, that's why children sometimes feel like they're not paid attention to. Because I'm going to give like a very good example. Sometimes when we have like issues, I have issues with my siblings, and then let's say it's between, because most times my parents do this thing where they try to like listen more to the older side, when especially it's like it's a older versus younger person. They would listen more to the older side because in their mind they're like, yeah, you should give respect to them. But in certain situations, sometimes the older person is asking for trouble. I don't want to put it like that, but sometimes they just genuinely want to piss you off. So in that situation where you take it to your parents, like obviously report to your parents, and then they're just like, why would you be disrespectful to your sister? And they're like, but she did, and they're like, no, but you shouldn't be disrespectful. And I'm like, are you listening to me at all? Like sometimes they actually take time to put like themselves in your shoes to kind of like have like a balanced perspective of being siblings, triggers. And it's very surprising that they do this because they have been siblings themselves. But I also think they do this thing of they don't want this older sibling to feel shut out, or they don't want older siblings to feel like they're not respected enough. But at the same time, it affects the self-esteem of the younger one.
Sure.
Over time.
And you know one other thing, Nigerian families, we're all big on respect.
Yes, all so, respect.
No matter what it is, you're in every situation expected to like respect your elders. So even if your sibling is just like 2 years older, you still have to respect.
And then when children feel like they cannot come to their parents, they cannot talk to their parents, that's when main issues
start coming up.
Like, oh, something is happening, they are struggling in school or something, but they cannot come and talk to you because they know you won't really listen to them. And the parents should be the first people that the children run to because they're the ones that have like their best interest.
Like their guardians, they see them as like protectors.
So that is something that parents also need to like actually work on because if your children cannot talk to you, then there's a big problem. They will now go to maybe like their peers and their peers are spreading.
Even like most of the issues in Nigeria educational system, where you have issues like bullied or sexual assault, you would see that the child actually made an effort to tell their parents. Like a number of times, even like when I was growing up, I've heard a lot of they would tell their parents that okay, this is what's going on, and they're like they would think they are lying. Do you get? And then I feel like a solution to kids that feel like their parents don't listen to them or they feel like their parents only wait till it's their turn to talk. I feel like sometimes you need to meet them at the time where they're like when the tension has died out. You go to them and sit down and talk. Because some parents genuinely would, when they are in front, when the crisis is going on, they would try to like think in a way of, oh, let's try and resolve this crisis. They don't want to listen to what you have to say. But like after your whole thing is over, you go and sit them down and tell them this is what I feel, and then they'll listen to you more then because it's not a pressing, emergency matter. So I feel like that's a solution that we need to. Because communication is very, very key in every relationship, honestly.
And if you feel like you have parents that don't really listen to you, the best advice I'll give is like set out a time to actually talk to them about that. Tell them how you feel. And as parents too, we should be able to actually like listen to our children and take them, because these things are very important towards like mental health and just how they behave in general.
Especially in this age.
So,
Exactly.
as kids as well, let's remember that parents are carrying a lot on their shoulders.
Yes.
They are mostly stressed every day. Every day.
Like
so whenever you meet them and then you're seeing that they are not responding the way you want them to respond, give them space, give them time.
Like imagine they're coming back from a long day of work and you're like, oh mommy, they're like, get out. Just go.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the next one.
Let's move to the next one.
Okay.
This is actually quite fun though.
It is.
Okay.
Why does every Nigerian parent think medicine can solve everything?
I feel like we should phrase that question. Why does Nigerian parents feel like phone is the cause of every medical issue?
Actually, oh, my leg is paining me. She's always on that phone. I'm having a headache because she's always on that phone.
But yeah, honestly, I also think it's because of, you know, every time when we have this kind of conversation, I feel like it's African culture. Like African culture, behind every African culture, you said that it's herbs. There's always like cured a lot of things, even before Western. So I feel they still have this. And then when they were growing up, if they had like a slight issue, their parents grind something and give them.
So yes.
So in certain situations, yeah, it always work. But like, I still don't want. I don't even like malaria drug that stinks. I can't now start sitting down to take a mixture of garlic, ginger, and onion. It's like, please just no. But they still do it. Like, I feel like they also love us. So, yeah, continue.
And then like during COVID period, ginger tea.
What have we not tried?
Parents became herbalists.
Steam inhalation. That one.
Yes.
Like any money don't boil hot water to cover your head.
Yeah, with a towel or something.
You still get that COVID though. Like we still got COVID.
But I don't blame them. You know, like we have like this idea of one thing can work for
everything.
So when they tell you to take ginger, even when you're just having a bad day, take ginger.
Just take it to make them happy or to just resolve.
Maybe it has worked for them and they feel it.
Yeah, I feel like it works for
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Next question.
This time around.
Yeah, you have not been picking.
Okay. I hope I pick a very good one. Let's see what I have. Did Nigerian parents raise respectful children or just children who know how to act innocent?
That's actually very good. That is actually
looking at you.
Okay, I think this is targeted towards me.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel like I'll answer this from personal opinion. When I was growing up, I was actually a very troublesome child. Like I was problematic, right? After a while, and my parents always talked to me. I feel like because I realized that I was embarrassing them in public, I started to kind of like put on a second personality. So at home, most times you notice that I'm at home, I'm a different person. But they know me. Like when someone tells my mom that this is what Olivia does, she knows what I can do and what I can't do. But most times in public, I put on this, oh, good afternoon.
Persona.
Oh, yes. Oh, because when they hear the essay, they're like, I expect some setup, you get. But like sometimes when, you know how you overstimulated, something happens, like that clock just falls off. I'm like, yeah, you have to say my yourself. But I feel like it also comes, so even if you pretend to be polite or respectful, he's still out of respect for the other person. So you can't really say that the person is disrespectful. It's more of like, because I respect you, I'm going to pretend to be polite, even though I don't want to be polite. So I said that I would say that I'm actually respectful. But it really depends on the situation. But in that question, I'll say, yeah, respect.
One thing I love hearing, oh my gosh, she's such a good girl.
Yes.
She's such a good
It's like
girl.
this validation. And it feels family, like, this validation is just, it feels good. And you know that even if your parents aren't there, they're smiling somewhere. Like, they're just like, you're doing a good job.
So I also feel like it has to do with how do I explain that? Like, first child, second child, third child.
True.
There's this high expectancy from firstborn children. As a firstborn daughter, like you must be the example, the scapegoat. Like, they will do everything in their power to make sure that first child.
Because your younger siblings are like looking through.
Yes. So sometimes my mom said once that like the reason why she's so hard on me is because my younger siblings are looking up to you, following and watching. Sometimes I'm like, are they really watching? But it's okay.
They are. You definitely will notice it. They are.
Because even till now, I would say my siblings, my elder siblings, are like one of the biggest role models in my life. Because even before I started looking out, I first of all noticed how hardworking my sister was in school. I wasn't so smart. I didn't like reading when I was younger. But I would come back and see my elder sister, like, books scattered around her, and she's studying economics. I'm like, okay, I have to get rid of my book now. So I was like, there's this constant, I won't say competition, but like positive competition, because when you see that they're constantly praising someone, you're like, okay, let me see what So, but if you see that your older sister is not living up to the expectation, she yourself will be like, okay, everybody just going their own.
Okay, so that's
so it's a very good thing, honestly.
Yeah, firstborns.
We know you.
We are trying. No,
we understand.
Firstborns. And your siblings are watching.
Yeah.
Your siblings are watching.
So they do raise respectful children to a degree.
To a degree, true.
Yeah. But is everybody really respectful?
I mean, of course, there'll be outliers. There'll be people that fall out of that. But we can say majority of Nigerian kids.
I can stop myself. I am respectful.
I am very respectful. I mean, I try to be.
Why are you guys waiting
for me to talk?
I don't have to talk.
Out
of 100, I'll say 60%.
That's a good percentage.
Okay.